And before we start, please take your belt and make a little loop in that belt. So you have to kind of create something like this. And the size of the loop should be your shoulder distance. Okay, if you have that, and you can place that somewhere to the side, maybe at the front of the mat. And good morning again, if someone wasn't in the meditation. Today's class will be a little bit more active, and still it's yoga. I invite you to listen to your body, to not cross your limits. You can touch limits, that's nice, that's good. The body likes that, to get towards the limit the next time you create more strength. But I don't want you to cross them, and that's a fine line sometimes. And yoga is a practice to keep or to make the body more healthy. It's not about achievements or performance. So that's very important in general. And I see too many yogis injuring themselves because they forgot it's not about performance, it's about health. And we're doing this practice to keep the body in a state where we can use it for so many beautiful things and also to explore ourselves. So that being said, let's start with a seated posture and a little breath exercise. So make sure you sit upright, however that looks for you. The breath we're going to do is called Kapalabhati, forced exhalation. So I will demo it first so you all know how it works. What we do is we inhale, we let the inhale come by itself, and we exhale forcefully the air out of the belly. So we draw the navel in on our exhalation, and it sometimes helps to have a hand on the belly, and we breathe out through the nose. If the nose is a little bit like not free, don't mind so much, yeah, that's normal, we're all humans. So it looks like this. I take a full inhalation at the beginning, I exhale everything out, draw the belly in, and then inhaling halfway to start the practice. I basically pull inwards, push the air out, and then let go to let the inhale come by itself. It can be slower for you. It can look like this. Okay? So however it works for you, what we do is we do 2-3 rounds, and if you feel too lightheaded or too something, then make a pause. Otherwise, join me in. Good. Please close the eyes down. It's your practice. Don't be afraid of making some noises with your nose. Take a deep, full inhalation. Exhale everything out, maybe with a sigh. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in. Now inhale halfway and start. Find your own rhythm. Last 3, 2, 1. Exhale everything out. Inhale completely again and hold the air in at the end. Now activate the pelvic floor muscles, bottom of your pelvis. Draw the navel gently in. Bring the chin to chest and drop your awareness into the center of the body. Holding breath. Beautiful. Slowly release and return to a natural breath. Feel what's going on in the body. Is there any change? If you do this practice at home or alone, the pause is as long as you return to a very natural, easy breath. If you feel like not having enough air, then make the pause longer. If it doesn't feel right, then skip the next round. If you feel all right, then please join me in for the second round. Inhale completely. Exhale everything out, draw the navel in. Inhale halfway and start. Last 3, 2, 1. Exhale everything out. Inhale completely. Hold the breath in the end. Pelvic floor muscles, Mula Bandha. Navel draws in, Uddiyana Bandha. Chin to chest, Jalandhara Bandha. And drop awareness into the center. Hold the breath and find a silent point. Gently relax the belly. Breathe. And feel, what does this technique do to your current experience? The last round, we're doing a slightly variation of the technique called Vastrika. So now we're taking the inhalation active and the exhalation. If you want, you can open your eyes and look at me. I demo once, you can also just hear, you will figure out. So I take a deep inhale, exhale. In other words, hyperventilation, you inhale forcefully, you push the belly out, you exhale forcefully, you draw the navel in. Okay, we do that a little bit less, about 40-50 repetitions. If you feel you return to a natural breath, then go with me for that third round. Otherwise, just make a pause. Inhale completely. Exhale. If you want, you can also have your hand on the belly. And start. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Inhale completely. Hold the breath just for a short moment. Activate pelvic floor muscles. Draw navel in, chin to chest. Rest awareness in the center and the heart. And exhale. Feel what's going on inside. Good. From here, let the breath become a little more deep and full and long. If you know what Ujjayi breath is, the ocean breath, you can apply that. The breath with a sound, closing the vocal cords slightly, as you would haze a mirror. And with your next inhalation, please lift the arms overhead. Exhale to bring the hands back down next to the hips. Inhale, rise the hands. Exhale, lower down. One more, inhale, rise. Keep right hand up, exhale, left hand goes down. Support yourself on the side and turn, bend to one side. Right hand is up. Feel that side body opening. Breathe into the ribs. Turn the heart slightly towards the sky. Open the heart towards the sky. Good. Inhale, both hands up. Keep the left up. Exhale, bring the right down and bend to the side. Open the side ribs and also turn chest slightly towards the sky. Breathe. Inhale, come back. Hands down. Now inhale, hands to the side and bring the left one forward. Turn to the side. Twist only with the strength of your core. And now let the hands go down to the floor, one to your knee, the other one behind you. So you can support that twist a little more and keep breathing. Today's class is about equanimity, finding that internal space, which is just okay with whatever happens. Please inhale, lift the arms. Turn back to center, bring the right one forward and turn to the other side. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Imagine on the inhale you grow taller. On the exhale you gently twist deeper. Let the arms go down to support the twist, maybe one to the knee, one behind you. And so that inner equanimity is to find a silent place or a safe spot that gives you like strength and alrightness with whatever's happening. If the world is shaking outside or inside, it's all right. You will be able to go through. Inhale, let the arms come back and return to the center and find your way onto your back. Return to your breath if you have lost the breath, and bend the knees to step them close to your buttocks on the mat. Walk the feet mat width apart and swing the knees from side to side, like windshield wipers, we call that sometimes. Synchronize that with your breath. How does it feel natural? How does it feel great? You can also open the arms to the sides. Good. Now draw the knees back to center and into the chest to give yourself a hug. Hug your arms around the knees. And gently start applying pressure with the knees into your arms. So you want to push the knees away from your body, but your hands keeping them close. And relax that on the inhale. Push gently on the exhale. Relax on the inhale. Push on the exhale. Good. Keep the knees where they are and extend the hands towards the ceiling. palms facing towards the sky. And now draw your knees towards your elbows. And then relax again. Exhale, draw the knees close to the elbows if that's possible. So maybe the lower back lifts gently off the mat. Or if your elbows are not reachable, then maybe your triceps. Good, sweet. Then grab the outside edges of your feet and have the elbows on the inside of the knees. Happy baby. And start to rock from side to side to start opening the hips gently. And now on the exhale, find your center and push into your hands with the feet. On the inhale, you relax and you draw the knees a little bit further down towards the floor into the stretch. Exhale, gently push into the hands. Inhale, relax and stretch, hip open. Good, let go of the feet and keep the hands up. So now connect your elbows and your knees, the elbows on the inside, knees on the outside, and apply a little bit pressure. So knees pushing in, elbows pushing out. So the inner thighs get activated. Good, relax. Change the arms to the outside of the knees. And do the opposite movement. Press the knees out, the arms in. Activating the outside muscles of the legs, glutes. Beautiful, relax the arms down. Lift the head and look to your own feet. And now on the exhalation, bring the feet away from you, stretch them to the front, and inhale, bring them close. Maybe you lift the shoulder blades off the floor as well and the hands. Inhale, knees coming close to chest. Exhale, extend the legs without touching the floor to start warming up the core. If you want to have this a bit more intense, you can have your legs be extended all the time. Bring them down and bring them up. Let's do 3 more. If you want more intensity, you can bring the arms over your head. Wherever you are is fine. Let's do a last one. And place the feet back down onto the floor. Relax for a moment. Knees are bent. Feet close to the buttocks. Now what I want you to do is to curl in the very bottom of your spine. So in other words, tuck the tailbone in as you would lift only the lower part of the spine off the mat. And then relax again so you get contact with the lower part of the spine to the floor. On the exhalation, curl in, lift the pelvis slightly. Inhale, relax. You can make this movement a little bigger, imagining a cat-cow movement just on the floor. So on the inhale, you arch, mid-back lifts. Exhale, you round the back, curl the pelvis in. Good. Place your hands onto the hip bones, so the fingers facing towards your knees, and press the palms onto the top of the thighs. Apply a little bit pressure as you would push your own legs out of your hip to create a bit more space in the spine. And do the same movement which we just did. So you curl in tuck the tailbone in, and that creates a little bit of resistance to your hands, and that's what we want. At the same time, also activate pelvic floor muscles. That muscle you need to normally hold your pee with. Draw that in, and at the same time, draw the navel inwards. Activating those deep inner layers of the pelvis. So every exhalation contracts, inhale, you relax. Good, let go of that. Bring your hands wide and the knees close to your chest. Have the knees in 90 degrees bend, and then exhale, bring them to one side down towards the floor, and inhale back to center. So they don't need to touch the floor. Exhale to the other side. Inhale back to center. Activating a little more the core. If you want more, you can extend the legs. And find the center back. Give yourself a squeeze. And let the right leg go. Just keep the left one close to the body. Draw that left knee in closely towards your chest. Now let that knee open to the side. Left knee to left side open. Just bring it to the side down and squeeze it back towards your armpit. All right, release. Right knee into the chest. Use both hands. Left foot is flexed. Left knee comes close. Opening the hip. Keep breathing. And eventually let the knee go to the side, more towards your armpit, and squeeze it towards the side, the shoulder, the armpit. And release that as well. Turn onto your belly. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you don't see me. And have a little pillow with your hands where you rest your forehead on. Now I want you now to feel that the breath goes into the solar plexus. So you kind of breathe into the mat. You push gently with the breath into the mat. And now with the exhalation, tuck the tailbone in, press it into the mat as well. Activate your glutes, squeeze the buttocks, and imagine you would pull the lowest part of your tailbone towards your spine, towards your navel, and the navel down towards the lowest part of the pelvis. Relax again and do the same. Exhale, squeeze everything together. Tuck the tailbone in, navel down. Relax and do that again. Squeeze the buttocks, squeeze the navel and the pelvic floor muscles. Good, nice. Then come onto your hands and find your way into a tabletop. Maybe turn around so you're now facing towards me. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And I want you to start with a cat-cow movement, very simple. Inhale, drop the belly, look forward. Exhale, round the back, look towards your navel. Good. Find a neutral and then let the hips go from side to side, right and left. And now bring the hips very much to the right side, as much as possible, and slowly turn backwards towards the heels without sitting down, just starting to stretch that side open. Inhale, back forward, center, left. Hips to the very left, and then back down. Stretch that space open, and inhale, back forward. One more time, each side, right, back, down. And left side, left, back, down. Good. Now look to your own heels over your left shoulder and then over the right shoulder. Bending the spine sidewards, laterally. Synchronize that with your breath as well. Good. And find your center. Tuck the toes. And inhale to lift only the knees for a few millimeters off the floor. Still breathing. Keep your gaze to the edge of the mat. So now we slowly can start to find that the body starts to shake or that the mind doesn't enjoy the current situation, and we stay equanimous. Exhale, relax. And one more time, inhale, lift the knees gently off. This time maybe also lift the left foot off. Change, lift the right foot off. And change, relax. Okay, walk the hands a bit forward and further apart. And then find your first downward facing dog. Maybe the knees are still bent. Key is here to have your spine long and straight. Don't compromise by extending the legs too quickly. Find stillness for a moment in that posture and just feel it. Before you do all those routine movements of pedaling the feet, just find stillness for a couple breaths. Feel the posture. Great, good. And now start doing pedaling the dog or the feet, or extending one leg, bending the other one, making a few movements, shifting the hip from side to side, make all the things that feel good. Good, bring both heels up, extend the legs, heels up. Bend the knees, look forward, and little steps to the front of the mat. Now I want you to heel toe the feet open, so they are 45 degrees looking outwards, and you lower down the buttocks and connect your triceps to the knees. If that's possible, you can be on your toes if that's more accessible for you. This is called yogic squat. Good, we're going in and out of that, so create a little bit of resistance between or communication between the arms and the legs. And have the hands on the floor. And now slowly rise up with the buttocks. And exhale down back into yogic squat. Rise up. Exhale down. Rise up. Exhale down. Last one. Good. Rise up. Bring the feet back to the center, parallel, hip distance apart. And the hands on top of the feet. Bend the knees slightly and inhale to stroke your own legs up all the way into standing. Bring the hands to the bottom of the buttocks, and stroke on the exhale, the backside down. Inhale, front side up. Exhale, backside down. Find your own rhythm. Find your own breath. Maybe your spine is long, maybe that's curled. Find your own expression, up and down. Good. Last one to find a standing posture. And Tadasana, mountain pose. So Tadasana, I want you to bring the hips, the feet hip width apart. The middle toe, the second toe facing forward-ish. Gently tuck the tailbone in. Draw the navel gently in. Lift the heart ever so slightly. Roll the shoulders back and open. And the chin goes gently back. Close the eyes down. And feel into that posture, mountain pose. Like, what does it represent for you? How does it feel like? Find that very presence of this posture. And maybe even that stillness and stability. We want to tap back into the same feeling, but in more difficult postures. So remember that feeling of being here, safe, steady, present, stable. Good. You can keep your eyes closed. We go through a sun salutation, but very slowly. Inhale, lift the arms, stay here. Imagine your fingertips growing a bit taller. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands down to the floor. Stay here. Breathe. Now bring the hands to the shins. Inhale, half lift. Long spine, gentle pressure against the shins. Imagine the head grows forward, the hip back. Long, long spine. Bend the knees. Hands down to the floor, step back. Plank pose. Here too, tuck the tailbone in. Press into your shoulders. Gaze is down. With or without knees, lower down to the floor. Inhale, cobra, hands on the floor. Now all the 10 toes pressing into the mat. Tuck the tailbone gently. Draw the fingers so they reaching backwards and your heart forward. Elbows drawing towards each other. Good. Push back and downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Prepare. Inhale, big step to the front. And halfway lift. Hands to the shins maybe. That's one movement. Exhale, hands down, maybe bend the knees. Breathe. And now strong spine. Maybe place both hands onto your lower back so you support yourself. Inhale all the way up. Lift the arms. Grow tall. Exhale, mountain pose. Close the eyes one more time. Remember that feeling of being present, being still inside, and equanimous in your inner balance. All right. Maybe with open eyes now, but you can do it with closed eyes. We go and be a little bit faster. Same thing. Sun salutations. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Bend knees, prepare. Exhale. Inhale to the front, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up all the way. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Maybe halfway down this time. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. One breath here. Prepare, look forward, bend the knees. Inhale to the front, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back, lower down, maybe halfway. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Prepare, look forward. Next inhalation to the front. Exhale. Inhale, rise. And mountain pose. 1, 2 breaths here, pause. Same movement, I just cue the breath. If you don't know exactly what to do, you can look at me or people in front of you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stay here. Inhale. Stay. Exhale. Stay. Inhale. Stay. Exhale. Prepare. Inhale to the front. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Prepare. Inhale. Front. Exhale. Inhale. Rise. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 breaths here. Down dog. Prepare. Next inhalation to the front. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Mountain pose. Maybe have the hands together. Close the eyes. Feel the body to be drawn to the present moment. Beautiful. Inhale. Lift the arms, bend the knees, chair pose. Now from here, very slowly, lower the arms down and lower the buttocks down as well. Place the hands a little bit in front of you and bring the knees close to your triceps. Just that movement to lean a little bit forward and go back. Back to chair pose. Exactly. Exhale, hands down, connect your triceps and the knees and lean a little bit towards the hands so you get a feeling of weight changing from feet to hand. And slowly come back, chair pose. Beautiful. Keep your toes facing forward if possible. Exhale down. One last. Leaning forward, leaning back, coming back to chair. Nice. Okay, let's stay here for 1 or 2 more breaths. See that burning coming. And find that peace space inside that is all right with burning. Exhale, extend the legs, hands down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward into plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward into plank. This time, exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, listen carefully. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Beautiful, exhale, down dog. Good. If you need a pause, come onto all fours. Otherwise, inhale, forward, plank pose. And lift the left arm up, side plank. If it's too much, you can lower down the bottom knee to the floor. Beautiful. Exhale, hand goes down. Change sides, right arm up. Exhale, hand back down. Find your downward facing dog, bend the knees, jump into the center of the mat. And have the feet wide open for yogic squat. Hands together, elbows to knees. Maybe you're on the toes, that's all right. That's our resting pose. All right, find yourself onto the buttocks. And let's go transition into boat pose. So one option is knees bent, palms up. Other one is knees extended. Good, cross the feet and have your blocks now next to you. Close next to the hips so you can place your hands on it. Especially for women, that's helpful because they have shorter arms than men, generally. And what I want you to do is to lift the buttocks off and use your shoulder muscles and the back and chest and everything. And if you feel like that's okay, then you can lift also one foot or both. Good, relax, boat pose. Take the blocks to the side, cross the feet and roll forward, back to your downward facing dog. Nice. Bend the knees and jump this time to the front of the mat. Exhale here. Inhale, rise. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, chair pose. This time we want to bring the weight to the left foot and lift the right heel, maybe the whole foot. Kick that foot back, balance a transition to make a big step. High lunge. From high lunge, ground that back heel down and open the arms to a warrior 2. Okay, beautiful. 5 breaths here. On the inhale, imagine you magnetize the feet towards each other, towards the center. On the exhale, you push them into the mat away from each other. So there's a gentle rhythm happening. On the inhale, engagement. On the exhale, pushing. Good. Now Ground the front elbow on the front thigh. Bring the other hand to the side. First, integrate the shoulder. Bring the shoulder back and then lift the arm over your head. Beautiful. Now, push into the bottom shoulder so you're not hanging in it. So you're pushing out of that bottom shoulder. Good. Look in front of you, front foot, and make a big or small step forward to place your hand on the floor or using a block to support yourself, lifting the back leg off the mat. Half moon pose. Breathe. If you want a challenge, you can do the same posture without block and without having the hand connected to the floor. Good. Bend the standing leg, come back into your warrior two. And now I want you to bring both feet parallel to each other, having the hands to the hips. Inhale, lift. Imagine your crown grows up and exhale to fold down, forward, down. Keep the hands on the hips. Reach down, chin towards the floor. What you need to do that is core strength. So you push the feet away from each other and you draw with your core your body lower into the posture. Imagine the elbows drawing towards each other on the back. Beautiful, you're doing great. Bend the knees, inhale, come up all the way. Now interlace the fingers behind your back. Either thumbs on the sternum, elbows away from you, or pushing the whole hands away from your body. Same posture, having a wide stand. Inhale, lift the crown. Exhale, fold down. Find that inner equilibrium that is all right with any state that appears. It's there. It's actually your nature. Inhale, release, come all the way up, bend the knees first, and then into standing. Now turn back to the front. High lunge. Make a big step to the front of the mat. Chair pose. And come into mountain. Find that original state of presence. Keep that presence. Inhale, hands up, bend the knees, chair pose. Shift the weight to the right foot, lift the left heel. Feel the presence, lift the foot. Presence is still there. Kick that back just as a transition, kind of a warrior three-ish, into a high lunge. And ground the back heel to open the hip, open the arms. 5 long breaths. Effortless, sweet breaths. Magnetize the feet on the inhale, push them away on the exhale. If the world is shaking, if the muscles are hot, you stay peacefully inside. Bring that front elbow on top of the front thigh. Bring the other arm to the side. Integrate the shoulder first into your back and then lift the arm over your head. Breathe. You can still do the magnetizing of the feet on every inhale and pushing away on every exhale. Look down, find your front foot, maybe a block, maybe not. And make a little step forward, shift the weight onto the front leg, round the front hand and lift the back foot. Chandrasana. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Body's shaking. Inner peace is still present. Bend that standing leg. Find your warrior two. Beautiful. Now extend the front leg and turn the foot inwards. Feet are parallel. Hands to the hips. Inhale, lift the crown, long spine. Exhale. Now this time, fold down, hands on the floor. Just underneath your face-ish. What I want you to do is extend the arms. Maybe have a look if you're not sure. I come to your side so you can see better. Extend the arms and lean gently forward so you feel pressure comes into the fingertips. Then you push into the fingertips to lean back. Make this game a few times, reaching your center of gravity over your hands. And back. Maybe you even come onto your tippy toes. Maybe even take one foot off. Last one. Hands going back to the hips. Bend the knees. Strong legs. Inhale, come all the way up. Good. Turn both the feet forward. High lunge. Lean forward. Find your way into chair pose. And mountain. You're doing so well. Hands forward on the tippy toes. And slowly, a few breaths, lowering down. Buttocks to heel. And sit down. Okay, we're coming back to our boat pose. Favorite of everybody's. This time we want to lower down and come back up. Lower down and come back up. Today's workout day, you can probably tell. Okay, let's make a pause with our blocks next to us. You know, our pause looks a bit different. Hands on the blocks, lift the buttocks. That's the pause. If you have managed to lift one foot, then lift two. Or maybe extend them forward. Relax. Boat pose. You have to always, as a teacher, you have to always give a smile with a boat pose. Like a boat. Okay, let's lower down. And up. One more. Now two more. And last one. Good. Pause. It's so good for the spine. The spine can hang. Create more space. Okay. Blocks to the side. Roll forward and find your yogic squat. So, now preparation for where we want to come and go. Hands on the floor, and what we do is we lift the buttocks, but this time we want to connect our knees to our triceps. And the only thing we do is to lift the buttocks up. Maybe that connection loses, that's all right. So lift up, that's the movement we really, really, really need to train for our crow pose. So we're going down, that's the resting pose. We're coming up, and we lift the buttocks. Now we lift it, we lean forward so the pressure goes into the fingertips. Let's all do that together. Take as long pose as you need, hands down. Inhale, lift. Lift the buttocks even high as you can. Lean forward. Exhale, everything back down. Okay, you need pause, make pause. Otherwise, go for a second and third round. One more time. Remember your presence, equanimity inside. Good, okay. Nice. Okay, then let's go back into our downward facing dog. We're almost there, almost there. Lower down your forearms onto the mat in down dog. That's called dolphin pose. And an inhale, look forward and maybe give yourself a little kiss on the hand. And come back. Yes, other side. A lot of self-love here. And let's give a little bit more love. 1 or 2 on each side. Beautiful. Then bring the knees down. Zazen seat on your heels if that's possible, or on a block. Close the eyes down. Dandasana. Find that mountain pose feeling. It's one of the great yogi attributes, or attitudes. They can switch from being super involved and active to super calm, peaceful, present. Be with your body. Be with that pulse of aliveness flowing through you. Feel the breath. Good. Please open the eyes. Have a look at me. I will demo our final pose. It's called crow pose. There are a few steps. The setup is like this. So you have one block in the center of the mat and one bolster that's for safety. Maybe you don't need that. And you have your strap. Exercise number 1. Yeah, you're here from down dog, stepping on the block, connecting knees and triceps, or knees and armpits is also all right. What we first do is not going here into crow, lifting the buttocks. That's the most important action because that's our core work. Once that is done, we can lean forward. So that's step number 1. Lifting buttocks, lean forward. Step number 2, if you're very unsure, you can lower down the head and then see if you can lean forward so one foot can go off, or maybe both. That's just if you're afraid. If you're not afraid, don't do that. If you're not afraid, you lean forward, lift the buttocks even more, strengthen the arms, lengthen. Lean so much forward that your weight gives rise to one foot or maybe both feet off. Alternatively, you can use a strap and that gives more stability for the arms. Either here on the triceps or below the elbow, thank you. That's a bit easier for the legs, but less strength. And that is taking a bit more weight off. But it's a bit annoying because here my skin rubs. Try it out, which one works for you better. It's much easier to hold here when you're here. If you are already advanced, no strap for you, no block for you. You do the same, but don't go in like this. Lift the buttocks off, lean forward, and it happens by itself. If you're advanced enough, jump back and go into a normal flow. If you want more, bend the knees and jump into crow. Okay, any of those choices, please go forward. If nothing of that works for you, child's pose or starting to stretch the hips open with a yogic squat. Okay, this is playtime. Whenever you go into one of those postures, see if you can find 5 breaths in your final stage. If you need help, you can give me a sign. And if you're very advanced, take one knee off the arm. Make a one-legged crow pose. And remember, it's totally fine wherever you are. That's where you work, and that's just perfect. Good, make a rest and then try one more time. And in your rest, what you first do is you visualize the crow pose. Take a few moments, visualize it, and then you go.
I'm worried about going forward.
Yeah, that's okay. Then I'm here. Lift the buttocks. Yeah, bring the knees into the armpits. Keep lifting the buttocks and lean forward. Lean forward. Lean forward. That's the secret. Lean more forward. Yeah, more.
I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm here. Lift one leg off. Lean a bit more forward. You have to push into your fingertips and lean forward. I'm here. Don't worry. Yes, exactly. Good. That's the movement, yeah? You need that leaning forward energy. Good. Please find child's pose. Wherever you are, find child's pose. Breathe. Inhale, come forward, lie onto your belly. Make a pillow with your hands and bring the forehead on the forearms. Feel the breath again flowing into the solar plexus, pushing gently into the mat. Long breaths, deep breaths, nurturing breaths. Find that presence in breathing. Beautiful. Rise the chest and bring the elbows underneath the shoulders for the fingertips to face forward. That's called Sphinx pose. Again, tuck the tailbone and press it gently into the mat. So kind of squeeze a little bit the buttocks. That takes out the lower back pressure. And magnetize your elbows towards your ribs. So you kind of draw them backwards. At the same time, your heart draws forwards and you push into your shoulders. So that's a very active pose. At the same time, you can also press all the 10 toes into the mat. Good, relax. Bend the knees. There are two options for the next one. Option number one, you just lift arms and feet up. Option two, you grab your own ankles and you lift into a bow pose. We didn't do many back bends, so don't go too deep. Choose one of those two. Inhale to come up, 5 breaths. Exhale to relax. Wiggle the hips. Extend the left arm to the side. Support yourself with the right arm next to your chest. Bend the right leg, so opposite to your extended arm. Now you want to bring that foot close to that hand. They don't need to touch, but somewhere close. You can bend the left knee so you have more stability on the floor, and bring the right hand behind you if that feels nice. It's also possible to extend both legs, stretching the shoulders open, having this twist in the spine, starting to relax. Gently release. Rest one breath in the center. Change to the other side. Right arm extends, left leg bends. And let the breath now become more involuntary, natural. Switch from making it happen to letting it happen. Slowly release. Find your way back to center, one breath. And then sit onto your heels. Maybe this time for most people a block is recommended. Sitting on that block and placing the heels outside of the buttocks, each side. So you can have the block on a higher end or on a lower end, but you want to have the heels outside. Maybe that's your pose already, to make the opposite movement for the hip. We opened it, externally rotated it, now we internally rotate, so the knees wanting to come together. If that's not enough for you, you can lean back. If that's not enough for you, you can go on your elbows. And if that's not enough, you can lie down on your back. And if so, you can also open the, if you like a bit lower down, you can open the neck. Wherever you are, please slowly move out. Find a seat for 1-2 breaths. And then turn towards your Shavasana position on the back. Allow a deep inhale to appear, arise, and a gentle sigh to relax the whole body. Gently direct your awareness to the breath and feel that movement of breathing. Allow gentle movement to appear. Head, hands, feet. Let the inhale become more present, more full. Maybe give yourself a stretch. And roll to one side and rest there for a couple more breaths. All in your own time. Whenever you feel ready, come into a seated. Close the eyes one more time. Find stillness. The teaching of today's class was, and is still, that you have always access to that inner peaceful part that is alright with whatever happens. It's just a matter of practice to reconnect with that part. But that part is the very essence, the very foundation of what you are. Some teachers call that presence, some others consciousness, or some others beingness. If you want to join in for the chant, it's the one that's on the wall, Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yona Prachodayate. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yona Prachodayate. Last one. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yona Prachodayate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Practice is complete. Namaste.